How was independence realized in Africa in the 1960s and 1970s? So this essay, it explores the decolonization of Africa, focusing on how African nations gained independence during the 1960s and, well, the 1970s. Congo serves as a case study. Okay, so Congo suffered under Belgian rule. King Leopold, imagine that. Look, it's just going to aggravate me. It's a pathetic, weaselly individual. Exercised a lot of control over Central Africa, specifically Congo. Yeah, and he just wanted to extract rubber, cobalt, all their natural minerals, and utilize the local population to do that. It was just a form of slave labor. They weren't particularly paid wages, used to cut off their hands, and it was a whole thing. It was a really, really terrible scum of the earth kind of guy. You can kind of feel where the anger is coming from. So the Congo serves as a case study, offering a nuanced view of the post-independence experience. And Congo achieved independence from Belgium in 1960, but quickly descended into political chaos, like we have been saying in these history videos. Once a colonial power leaves, typically a European colonial power, there is going to be a power struggle between the ethnic groups within that country who eventually form political parties and then go for each other's head, because everyone wants to rule, everyone wants power and control. So the common person, the average individual in Congo, after suffering under colonial rule, now they have to undergo a civil war because people want power, they want control, they want that money. So it quickly descended into political chaos, due in part to a lack of preparation by the colonial regime, as well as internal divisions within Congolese society. Now, the Cold War, it further complicated matters, as both the USA and the USSR, they sought influence in the region. So, as always, the USA and the USSR, wherever there's some kind of strife, they will be there backing these rebel groups. And political instability was absolutely rampant, with leaders like Patrice Lumumba being overthrown, and he was eventually killed, while Joseph Mobutu, he was backed by the West, took power, and he ruled for decades, which further contributed to the instability of Congo. And the essay analyzes political, economic, and social aspects of independence. So just a bunch of socioeconomic factors. How were the ethnic groups affected here? How did the economy of Congo sway post-independence as well? The political situation, what was it then after independence and what was it now? What was it during colonization? There's a whole range of factors to discuss. And politically, many African countries, they struggled with the legacies of colonial rule, including the artificial borders that were created. I mean, to this day, Africa is divided because of colonial rule. Ethnic tensions between the local groups, and just weak governance structures. And, well, corruption is a huge problem in African countries. Well, all over the world, but in Africa, it's really on another level. I mean, in South Africa, we've got like the highest corruption index as well. With the highest in everything. In crime, sexual violence, homicide. Yeah, it's crazy. Rugby was a terrible joke. Number one in everything. Drickus, Duplessis. I mean, the Proteas won the World Test Championship. Anyway, let me just continue. Now, economically, newly independent states, they faced underdeveloped infrastructures and overdependence on exports. And socially, there were efforts at nation building through education and Africanization. Okay, we want to maintain some kind of African identity here and revive this identity that was lost during the colonial period. And the Congo specifically, they faced both significant challenges, but there were some gains here and there, becoming a symbol of the complexities of African independence. So there are two Congos. There's the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, and then there's just, well, the Republic of Congo. One capital is Brazzaville, one is Kinshasa. And this essay, it reflects on the broader African experience of just gaining self-rule and what a country should do should have done after it became independent. And this highlights both the hopes of liberation and the harsh realities of post-colonial governance that's shaped by external pressures from, Cold War tensions, the USA and the USSR, and internal pressures, this ethnic divide between their people. Okay, nice little essay question here. Not too hectic.